ready for another lesson? The eternal cycle of buffoonery. Yesterday I was at this little mini mart talking to this lady I know of for a long time. And she had a son and daughter with her, so, I usually just tell the son just little hints of how life and girls and stuff supposed to be. So we were just there talking, and I tell him that God created woman to do your laundry. And of course the mother didn't like this, and she just started laughing, and she well, I want my children to be independent, blah, blah, blah. So his sister, who's 9 years old, was like, I hate boys and women are better than boys. The brother was like, oh, she's a feminist. You don't need to tell me something I can already see. The brainwashing began from such a young age. But I say that to say this, that this lady walked by and she what country you from? I'm from the old country. The country where everything used to be right. When men understand their role and where women understand their place. And she well, you must be single and stuff like that. And then I retaliate and say, no, you must be single. So this guy that was standing up there was oh, well, this and ABCD. And the topic come up of a woman making more money than a man. And we already know how that goes, the dynamics. And the guy that was standing up there, let me tell you, he looked like a felon. And he was. He was pandering to the lady because the lady was yeah, he's right and stuff like this. And he was well, I was raised by a single mother and look how I turned out. Yeah, a colossal failure. Needless to say, the collective brainwashing is so deep ingrained in this society that people don't know up from down anymore. He wants to say that he don't have a problem with his woman making more money than him, and he will massage her feet and do whatever he need to do to make her happy. You servile scum. And of course, you gotta think like that because you ain't a man of value. So I simply asked him, so if that's the case, there's rules and laws that we have to follow in society, right? Yes. And there's a hierarchy in society as well, right? Yeah, exactly. So if those two questions are true, why are we trying to deny the biological fact? What do you mean? And that's when I realized I wasted my time talking to a felon. Because you're a single mother that raised you, so you're a failure. You even have children at 9 years old talking about how boys stupid and girls are better. And as I tell the young guy, I'm going to tell you this and tell you this straight. Don't get married, have multiple women. And the mother was like, what kind of advice is that? Advice that going to save his life. But every man have to go through that puppy dog phase until he grow up to be a pit bull. When I walk around in society and I realize that everything that geared towards men are dumbed down or the standard is very low, subpar, and it's just nobody care about the men. It's actually sad. And that's why these little boys growing up clueless and hopeless, not knowing what to do or where to go, where to turn. But there's pockets in society and on the internet that we cater to these little boys and help them to grow up into be strong men. Because again, as I said before, and I'm going to say it again, and this truism stand the test of time. He who hold the goal make it the rules. So if your woman making more money than you, biologically she gonna start to disdain you because she gonna look at you as less of a man. And this ain't just some statistic or something that I pulling out of my ass. This is something that stand true and withstood the test of time. How you gonna be a man when you failing as a man and you're not reaching the full capacity and potential of you being a man? You've been taught.